What's up, guys? It's your boy Jamaica here, coming at you with another tournament recap for Season 7, Week 8. The Thursday tournament was won by Blue Eye Control, piloted by Back Alley G. Finally, we don't have a zombies list. You know why? Because there were zero zombie players in the tournament. The tournament was very strange. It had actually a ton of different control players, and the finals turned out to be Blue Eye Control versus Blue White Stacks by Tumbles, aka Marauder. But yeah, that went to like time basically. It was really interesting. But Back Alley G kind of took it by time. But this is a cool list. You know, people have played this sort of like mono wrath style decks, but let's just go right into it. 26 lands, Urza's Factory, one of the main win conditions here, along with just a bunch of blue white lands. So no splash here, just straight blue white. Win conditions, we'll start with that. Elixir of Immortality is a good one. Helps you just stay alive and not get milled out. Sometimes you just outlast your opponent. That's good enough. Single Aetherling, pretty great. Pretty unkillable for the most part. And Descendant of Kiyomaro here is pretty interesting, sort of like early drop that can kind of just like bring you back in sort of games. Like you'll always have more cards in your opponent, pretty much all the time. The deck's kind of designed to do that. So this is a pretty neat little card. Temporal Isolation, Azorius Charm are kind of like the early sort of interaction spells for your opponent. Isolation is really good against. It's funny, it was against stacks. It's like an extra permanent that you can sacrifice, but if you need to in a pinch, and it has flash. That's a really important part. You just don't have to like tap out for it all the time. Azorius Charm, just a good catch-all module spell. Draws a card. Lifelink is sometimes relevant. Descendant Hero Mode does gain you life when it deals combat damage, but it doesn't actually have lifelink. So you get like double life that way. And Impulse to the Field, you're always going to be like behind in some sort of life total, so it's pretty good sort of like bring you back in games where you shouldn't be in them. Counter Magic, we got Dissolve here, just, you know, standard. Single Scatter to the Winds, it's kind of an Awaken card. Can also, you know, be a win condition on its own. And a couple early Power Sinks. You always want like a couple. The more you, the longer the game goes, the worse Power Sink gets, but it's so good on like turn 2 to like 4 for the most part. Card drawing here, Hieroglyphic Accumulation. I love this card, actually. I shove it in all the blue decks I can. Stroke of Genius, just a big, massive card drawing spell. Single Treasure Cruise, you do end up using a lot of your spells here, so the single one is here. And new card here is Secrets of the Golden City, sort of a divination, but better if the game goes late to Ascend here, so that's pretty cool. And then the Wrath, Planar Outbursts, Winds of Wrath, and Planar Cleansing all do kind of different things. Planar Outburst is actually sort of a win condition on its own. While Winds of Wrath is pretty good against like regenerators, there are things like Lotleth Troll, Spirit Monger, I guess Troll Ascetic, things like that. And the Campier Regenerate clause is really interesting. But the enchantment clause is also interesting too. So things like, I don't know, like Heroic, I guess the blue white birthday, quote unquote birthday stacks list plays actual enchantments, so there's that. So you gotta be worried about that. And then Planar Cleansing just, you know, sort of kills everything. Other enchantments you might want to deal with, things like Smokestack, Mind Crank, so those are artifacts, not enchantments. But enchantment wise, maybe like Compost, Sphinx's Tutelage, things like that, you know. That's a good catch all card. Sideboard is heavily geared towards creatures, I think, for the most part. Surge of Righteousness is a card I've been talking about a little bit in Discord. It's pretty excellent against zombies. I like the move here. I'd like to see like a one of like Light of Day, but I'm sure Backlight thought his matchup was good enough there. So Surge is a really good early drop here and kind of extend the game for a bit. Protected Worldly, kind of like this is the champ of choice nowadays. Final Judgment is a super interesting card. It's really good against like these weird value creatures that when they die, something happens. So like Murderous Redcap, for example, is a good card it kills. It's like Nevermaker. Out of the blue white stacks, it was funny. It just kind of completely blew out some people. So Exiling is kind of interesting. It's a very interesting effect that hasn't seen a lot of play. Flash Freeze for sort of red and green matchups. Extra Overwhelming Denial for kind of mental control. And Quad Furnace for the Graveyard Hate. I would like to see actually Purify the Grave here. Maybe like a split. But I could see Furnace just being, you know, good enough. And they're expensive, so you might as well play them now while you can. This was like a move that was ready to see with all the zombie uprising. So glad to see that Blue Eye Control is kind of back on the menu for a little bit. But if you want to see all the other lists from this tournament, just check out the description below. There's a link to the deck list. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time.